Stefan, what are your thoughts about the art in the room behind you there?
I mean, it's special. It's kind of a reminder of how special the journey has been. It's hard to really reflect or watch the highlights and all that just because it's we're still in it and still trying to chase more, stay competitive, continue to evolve as people and as basketball players. But every once in a while, you do need a reminder of how special and legendary, us three have been. These 12 years, all the teammates that we've played with over the course of the journey, and honestly, it kind of let you smile a little bit to look ahead at the challenge that's in front of us to maintain that winning kind of expectation. So it's all of it is really, really dope.
Along those lines, Clay went off for 10 points in 90 seconds tonight. Your thoughts?
We needed it, and that was a timely run, especially how our fourth quarters have been, or how they were, how it was in sacks. So for him to get hot, he hit a bunch of different shots. He hit, I think it was a three, then an elbow jumper, got the and one. I think another layup. So it was, yeah. It's a reminder, again, with the way our team is built and the way teams defend us, you never know when it's going to come, and the selflessness of how we need to play, when the ball is moving, it's usually going to find the right person. And I know he didn't have much going before that run, and that's Clay. Stay confident, let the game come to you. Good things happen. It was great to see him smile. Got the crowd into it. It was much needed.
To kind of go back to the first question and follow up behind that, you took a minute to look at the artwork, and I know you knew it was 11:30:23. They had things on the board there. How special is that? I mean, you kind of spoke on that, but if you can kind of elaborate on how special it is, because Steve Kerr said the same thing earlier. When you think about it and you think about those things, how special is that?
1/7 of the NBA's history we've been playing together. 4 banners. I know Raymond's math was phenomenal with the 11:30:23 = 64, 6 finals, 4 championships. Like I said, it's special, and it's just a nice deep breath to appreciate what's gone into us still being, in this position to be playing together, and not just like a ceremonial or ceremonious. My grammar people. Thank you. Thing. It's like we're still, realistically trying to contend for a championship. So I'm sure we'll be a little bit more eloquent about it when we come back after our careers are over with. But it's dope. 12 years doing anything with a certain group it means something.
That said, and considering all the math you just mentioned, when you think about the fact that you guys got to win today, Clay played the way he did, like you said, you needed that, and you said there's a challenge ahead. Taking all of that in, is that motivation at all? Because all you've heard today, and I know you guys probably don't listen too much to it, but it's an end of an era. It's an end of an era. But
we don't hear anything.
Okay.
We're pretty much immune to any news or headlines. Sarcasm.
Yeah.
We don't need any extra motivation because we obviously know how hard we work to prepare ourselves. Me being 15 years in, Clay 13, Draymond 12, it's a lot of reps. It's a lot of work, and there's a lot of emotional roller coaster that's gone over the years, and even this year it's even harder. It's going to continue to get harder, and so yeah, I think it's as a hooper and a competitor, you don't have much time to reflect. So I guess this was kind of a forced kind of moment, which is cool because you never like to just pat yourself in the back. That's not what we're trying to do. It's just gratitude and appreciation for sure.
Steve said, when it comes to limiting the fouls tonight, limiting the turnovers, putting together such a complete game.
We only had 7 turnovers.
Yeah. So
Well, I'll be.
he said Ron Adams said you guys just need the motto of no more buffoonery.
Who said that?
Ron Adams. Well,
Of course
Steve
he
said,
did.
Yeah, it's a good word choice.
That's a great.
But does it putting together these complete games, carrying this forward? Does it come down to really just limiting the buffoonery?
I mean, yeah, some of that stuff is self-inflicted, like the last minute of Sacramento. I mean, winning changes the vibe immediately. And when you look at the margins of where a game can turn, where momentum can turn, where you just give away possessions or free throws or whatever the case is, those sting because those are controllable. It's still there's a lot of talent on both sides of the court every night, and so even if you play a perfect game in those areas, you could still lose. Things can still go wrong. But when you feel like it's self-inflicted, that's where you lose sleep, in the regular season. And there are bad habits that have the potential to build into who you are as a team and will show up at the wrong times, whether it's big games throughout the year, trying to develop momentum throughout the year or in the playoffs. So all that stuff matters. We talk about it all the time. And I know I'm imagining every NBA team talks about those things because they impact winning so much. It's just the team that can actually execute it the most consistently will be the better teams, talent aside. So it matters.
What did you like from Kuminga tonight?
He's just a dog on defense, and when he's communicating and physical on the ball, using his athleticism, he can be a real disruption out there. And then offensively, we had a certain game plan based on how the Clippers like to guard us, and he knocked down shots that were right there for him, ball swinging, him taking the open ones. I got him in a couple pick and rolls, got downhill. That's the type of game that he can thrive in when he's taking on an individual matchup, while staying within the structure of our team defense, and then offensively using his gifts to make plays. So it was efficient too. It was 24 minutes, and that stat line is beautiful. Making an impact.
You won't have Gary for a while, and Wiggins and Chris for however long. How important is he in this stretch, particularly? You mentioned it as an individual defender.
Huge. Our depth is going to be tested, while those guys are out. So, I know I only played 9 minutes in Sacramento, and you got to be ready for whatever he's called and asked to do, and he did that. So. He can plug a lot of holes defensively because he is, everything I just said is a gifted defender when he's locked in and focused on taking that challenge, but communicating and being within the strategy that we're doing that night. And usually when that happens, you get rewarded on the other end too. So it was good to see.
Steve highlighted a play that Pajemski blew up, a Clippers play that he blew up at the end of the game. What have you noticed about Brandon's ability to sort of do the little things and especially to close a game like that?
If it's hard to watch a game that he's out there and not see what he's doing every possession on both ends because he's so active, smart, physical. The care factor is always there. He's playing hard, so that's all you can do, especially as a rookie when you're trying to figure out where you fit. And it's no surprise. I didn't even know he played 30 minutes like that. he's out there flying around, taking on the challenge, playing sound basketball on both ends, and just competing. We've seen that from jump, from the summers when we were playing pickup to now. He always tries to find a way to just play winning basketball. Might not be flashy, but it's productive every night. So it's great to see because, I mean, for him, like, the way he rebounds, moves the ball, makes the easy pass, like, he can hoop. We all know that.
Steph, pardon if this has been asked tonight or before, but it's the first time you're getting to see the version of the Clippers team that has James and with Kawhi, with Paul. You played with and against a lot of different teams that had that top-heavy star power. Like, what makes this particular one stand out and be unique after you played them?
A lot of talent, a lot of guys that can create, can score, have been the man on respective teams throughout the years. All three of them probably certified Hall of Famers, so you got to respect their individual talent and the fact that any given possession, somebody can make a play. You can't get deflated if they make a spectacular play or a tough shot, because that's what they all do. And they present a challenge, so you have to be really locked in five-man defense. And I know they're still figuring each other out, and you know it's hard to see what they're going to look like next 20 games, next 40 games, however that plays out. But they're tough, and you got to be locked in.